Okay, so we have seen like the syntax pattern, like how can we declare a variable? Again, how can I store a variable? Store a value in a variable. That means that initialize a variable. We will call it as a initialization. So after that, like how can we print that value? In the sense to see like whether the value is stored properly in this variable or not. So we have printed this variable. Like how do we need to print? How do we need to add a variable in system.out.println? So like this. So this is a string and this is a concatenation operator, like a plus symbol we are using, and we are passing a. In the sense like when we pass a here, it means that flow will become like this. The variable now 10 is stored here. So we are printing a. So it comes like that. So whenever we execute this program, the value of a, it will print. It will print. Okay. So this is one way. This is one way. Okay. Let us add string also. We'll say, let us add string name. Okay. String name, string again, name equal to. So again, string will always starts with double quotes. Character will always starts with single quote. It is not possible to add more than one character in a char data type. That is very important. If I have shown yesterday, so if you want to add more than one character, so system will not allow. In the sense, Java itself, it will give like this too many characters in a character literal. Okay, so now it will go like this. Again, if you want to add more than one character, then you need to use the what data type. String is a data type. You can take like this. Again, like always string to be stored here. So now let us go back and let us add this also. Name. Okay, so let us print once. So value of name is what is the value we have stored? John. So like that, the rest of the values it comes. Okay. So now what we can call this as a initialization variable. That's fine. So one more terminology we can call it as a what is the type of a? A is a int. So if you are storing a value, in a variable which is of type int, is nothing but we can call one more name as integer literal. We can call integer literal. Literal means we are storing a variable. We are storing a value in a variable of particular type. So now we are storing -3 in short. This means that this is nothing but short literal. We will call it as a short literal. Initialization variable, this is one term. We are initializing variable is nothing but storing a value in a variable. That's fine. But the terminology, what we need to use, this is nothing but, this is what byte. Okay, byte literal. Okay, this is nothing but a character literal. Character literal. So if I want to add one more, so IDE itself give you the information. If I see, right? If I case, so too many characters in character literal. You are seeing that character literal. Character literal means just assigning some value in a variable of type of data type. So here, in terms of assigning IAV, which is invalid, to character literal, which is of type character data type. Like that, we need to go. So this is nothing but a character. Assigning a value is nothing but a literals we can call. All these are literals. All these are all literals respected to their data types. This is a string literal. This is a Boolean literal. This is a double literal. This is a float literal. This is a character literal. This is long literal. Like that, we need to understand. Now we have let me maximize this. Okay, now we have added here in 2 steps. In 2 steps we have added. Okay, so let me just add one comment here. Let me just add one comment, or how can we take like this? So what I will do here is I'll just put this as a comment, multi-line comment. I'll just add here multi-line comment. So multi-line is nothing but multiple lines it will take. Multiple line it will take. So or else if you want one more way we can take. One more way you can take. You can just block all this. If you want, if you don't want, you can just block all this, select all these. There is an option here you will get. there is a tooltip kind of a thing it will come. This is nothing but a blocked comments. Okay. So you can just select this. It will comment all this, but it are all single line comments, not a multi-line comments. All IDEs, most probably it follows single line comments. In Eclipse, you can see a block comments. Block comments is nothing but a multi-level comments. Now, if you don't want this comment, select and select again. It will uncheck. You can either ways you can follow this way or that way. So let us follow this way, whatever the IDE provides. Now just click on that. So now added comments. So now let us say, so instead of doing multiple ways, now we are declaring as well as initializing. We'll see in a single step, like we are declaring a variable as well as initializing a variable. Okay. So now let me remove this and let us add one more comment, declare variables and initialize variables. Okay. Declare and initialize variable in a single step. Okay, let us see. Int a equal to 10, short s equal to -3. So byte b equal to 2. Okay, so now let us try to, okay, so now let us try to add some more values. Long t equal to, so char ch equal to I. So float u equal to, so now double e equal to, now z equal to root, string name equal to. So instead of doing multiple ways, so what I'm trying to do in a single step. So I am trying to reduce the number of lines in a code, Okay. So I'm just declaring a variable and I'm storing. Let us debug whether this value, whatever the value we store, it flows here and gives the output or not. Okay. If you follow like this, so data type variable assignment operator equal to value. We are storing everything in a single step respective to the data type. Okay. So now, now I'm just debugging. Now you need to select, if you want to debug, you need to select this debug. Okay. So now, okay. Okay. So now let us go here because console we will see. Now you see a equal to 10. This is our source code. 1010 is nothing but this a equal to 10 converted to machine language instructions. So that's why machine has given this. We have written this. This who is giving machine. It's nothing but Java acted successfully. In the sense, Java setup done successfully. Your platform, in the sense like your operating system and microprocessor, whatever the JVM has given the bytecode instructions, understood and gives the instructions. So now let us continue. Now let us go back here. Now still not reached here. Still we have not reached here. That's why we don't see any console output. This is purely for console. This is a console. Is nothing but your output location. So now it is success. So because the declare initialize in a single step, it works. In the sense the system understand and it gives this value. No errors, nothing. So now you can just continue. You see, continue. Now, even if you observe, even I have not kept debug points for some of the places, but the flow is following sequential. How it is going sequentially? Because of this keyword. This arrow means even though you don't give debug points in the middle of the program, it follows the step-by-step execution and returns whatever the result that particular variable will give. Now let us go back here. Still, we don't have reached system.out.println. So now still here, system has given this information. So you see, right? All the values, whatever the values we have stored, same thing. System also understand pattern and returns the value. So now let us continue. Now, what is the value? You can just place a cursor A. You see, right? A. So it will not give the documentation and problems. Okay. So what is the value of A? Now 10. So now it means that it flows properly, in the sense, whatever the value we have stored in a data type flowed properly. That's why we are getting. Now we will go to console. Now, still it is not yet completed the execution. That's why there is no output in a console. So now you can just go here. Now this execution is done. So what is the value of A is 10. So now it is considering next step. Okay. So that is debugging any programming language is very important. This is very important actually. I'll just give one example, like before moving to that. So whenever like you get a job, like those who are joining, like those who are preparing for interview, let's say, let's say uh, this is one of the employee, John. Recently, he got a job basically. Okay. So now he's going to work in the sense like he got an opportunity to work in one of the project. Okay. So usually the pattern what will have is nothing, but once you get a job, they will introduce your project in the sense for 1 or 2 days, and they will provide you code and all. So they will provide like functional KT, technical KT, different terminologies they will use. 3-4 days they will give at high level, not in depth. They will give what is the functionality, what our application, like what is the domain of our application we are using, whether that is a financial domain, banking domain, or logistics we are working, or law, or any related with any other domains we are. Just they will give overview, like a project manager or a team lead. They will give one round of KT. We can call KT is nothing but knowledge transfer sessions. After that, they will give a code and they will start assigning your work. Like within a span of 1 week, you will get a work. So, but you don't know, you are totally new here. New year, again, the code which they have given, developed by someone else. Developed by someone else. I mean, you have not developed, you don't know ABC and all, you don't know the scratch and all, but they have assigned a work which you need to complete on time. Then how do you understand? How do you understand what is the flow? And like what, from where I need to start, from where I need to end, like what happens in the middle, who will guide you. If team is good, if your team lead is cooperative, and if they have time, then definitely they will help you. If they don't have time, most of the time, 90% team does not have any time like to spend on more on KT sessions. They will take 1 hour, 2 hour sessions, and they will close this. Rest, those who are working, they need to take it up and they need to understand. If you have any queries in the middle, yeah, they will help you. But the flow wise, you need to understand. So who will help you is nothing but this debugger. Once you got a project, once your setup is done, you need to add these debug points from start. And you need to use some of the keys like this. You need to give some input and you need to understand like how the way we are doing. I'm just giving one example, but like this, you need to go. So if you go even in the middle, let's say we have a five Java files. Third Java file, we are having some error. If you go debugger, if you go debug points, if you cube, and if you see the value is flowing, again, the same value, let us say a variable, we have used it in first Java class, but the same value, I mean, same variable we are using in second Java file, third Java file, fourth Java file, fifth Java file. So we have 5 Java files, same variable we are using in all 5 Java files. If you debug, if you use debug and if you know debugger, then you can understand like this, whether the value of a variable is passing in all classes or sticks to only one class. Are we getting correct result? Or somewhere there is a gap between, in the sense, whether the data is flowing properly from starting to end. All these helps you debug. In the sense, this is a debugger is nothing but a tool which helps the programmer or a developer to understand the flow of a program and to track and to validate the details also, whether my values are proper, whatever the input I have given, whether that flow is proper from starting to ending, from top to bottom. Okay. Yeah. This is really helpful in real time. Basically, we will do multiple times in real times. If some production ticket, it will come, or if you are planning for a release, but we are pushing any defect, and we need to validate like whether the defect is working fine or not, or whether any scenario is working on fine or not. We will not run because it's a huge application. If you run, then definitely it will take. So in local machine, what we will do, we will go to that particular file. We will prepare a hard code data like this. Hard code. This is a hard code data. It's nothing but I am giving my input based on my requirement. This is nothing but a hard code, is nothing but we are storing. This is not a dynamic. This is a static. Tomorrow also you come, 1 week also, after 1 week also you come and run, you will get the same output. This is nothing but a static data. Okay. So in real time, what we will do, we need to give a hard code in the sense, if you want to verify a particular piece. So prepare a hard code data. Why we need to prepare a hard code data? To check the flow. It's nothing but like whether that value is flowing multiple places correctly or not. Then once we confirm, yes, it fixed and the values and the flow and the methods are calling properly, then we can confirm that, yes, it is working fine, then good to release, or good to send the acknowledgement that, yeah, we have fixed this defect. I mean, you can use the application successfully. Yeah, multiple ways we can write. Yeah, this is up to this one. So now this is one way. So we have seen two ways, two models. We have seen one, declared a variable, initialized a variable separate way. Now we are doing single way. So now let me stop this. This is the way you can stop the debugger. Stop. If you don't want, you can just click on that. All the breakpoints will remove from here. Okay. So now let us go back. And we have some escape sequences. Escape sequences is nothing but it starts with a backslash. Okay. Yeah. It means that, so if you want to display the output, in a new line, okay, if you want to display the output in a new line, you need to use that. So now let us see. Now I'll just use the two comments here. Now you can just use this. Okay, so now let us work with the two values. Now let us work with the two values. Now I kept here backslash in. Okay, so now I'm just keeping this backslash t here. T. What does it mean? B. You can observe here. Once I execute, after that I will just explain. So now, as you see, we kept all the other statements comment. So compiler will ignore. Will not touch that part, whatever the statements you added in a comment. Now, what we are asking to compile, so only two statements here. So now what is this /n? This is nothing but what we can call as a terminology is nothing but backslash sequence or escape sequence. How do we need to write? /n is nothing but n stands for new line. What does it mean here is value of a is prints one line. Till here it prints. After that, compiler, what it will do, it breaks here. It breaks is nothing but the cursor will store in a new line here. After that, value will play. Value will show like this. Value of a, it prints. After that, it executes this /n. This is nothing but a new line. Though the control goes to next line and prints or executes the rest of the statement. Same way, /t. T is nothing but a tab, is nothing but 5 spaces it will print. So first it will print here. After that executes /tab, horizontal tab, we will call this as terminology. In the sense, once this is executed, approximately 5 times a tab will press. 1, 2, okay, in console it will not. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, name will print. If you see, there is a gap here. So this is a backslash sequence, one thing. And now let me just take I'm println I have used. So let us take print. Now print. Now print. So now I will just remove this slash. Okay, so now I'm just removing this. So println. So println we have seen. Println, I'll just show what is the difference between a system.out.print as well as system.out.println. So now we'll execute both the things in a same method. So now let us run this. What happens here? What happens here? So everything formatted in a single line. So print is nothing but println is nothing but when once the execution is done. So whenever with the print method execution is done, cursor will remain in a same step. Cursor will remain in the same line. Same line is nothing but a cursor is still here only. That's why we got two outputs in a single line. You see, right? Value of A is the 10, value of name is John. We have used escape sequence tab. So now if I use ln here, ln stands for line. Line is nothing but what does it mean by you execute the statement, you show the output, and after that, you show the cursor to the next line. Okay. So once we'll execute, what happens here? So what happens here? So this is print executed. Now, once this execution starts, this has started. So that's why still we are getting in a single line. So now let us take this as ln. Now let us remove the ln. Now run this. What happens here? System.out.println executed. Now the cursor moved to second place. After that, it executed. System.out.print. Okay. So the difference between println and print is functionality both are same. What is the functionality is nothing but to display the message in console. Whatever the message you are adding inside of this method, this is a method. Print is a method. Println is a method. Okay. Whatever the message you are adding here, if you are using print method, the cursor will be on a same line and it prints in a single line. If you are adding or if you are using println method, what it does is println stands for line. Once the execution is done, the cursor moves to next step so that it allows to execute other statements. This is how we need to recognize.
So what do we call this kind of execution?
/ sequence, escape sequence, we will call. Escape sequence in the sense we are displaying the output by using / sequence. Unlike we are execution exact terminology, I'm not getting you, but this is one part of the execution your program with using a different methods. So println, we are trying to identify. So what are the methods we have to display the output statement?
Okay.
You're not audible.
Yeah, I'm not talking. Okay, so let us continue related with the same thing. So now let us try to see what other / sequences we have. We know /n, which gives a new line output. /t we have seen like which gives you a horizontal tab. /t. So now let us try to see some more things. So now I'm just printing one message, which is good evening. Good evening. So what it will give? It just print the message. Okay. So it just prints the message. So now when I run this, what happens? It just prints a message. So now our requirement here is, so now we need to display the output. Display the output. First way is like this. Good evening. I need to display good evening like this. Okay, this already printed. This is a comment. This is a comment. This we already printed here. So let me just add comment. Good evening. So this is done. So now what we need to do here is I want to print the output like this. Like this. So now good evening along with slash. Okay. So now let us see. So how to do? So backslash sequence, in the sense JavaSoft has given one format where you can show the output along with the slash. How do we need to do here is you can just use double slash at the end, double slash. Okay, so when you see this, double slash is nothing but when you give double slash in string, it treats as a single slash. Okay. So when I'm running this is an escape sequence or a backslash sequence. So now what happens here? It starts, in the sense the double slash, if you give, it will treat as one. So now if you are giving a double slash at the end, this is a starting and this is ending. So your output will display like this, good evening. Okay, this is one of the backslash or escape sequence provided by Java team. So now I want to display my output in a single quotations, single quotes like this. I want to display the output in a single quote. So how do we need to do that? So let us just comment, or let us just copy this, println, open. So now what we need to do, you can just open single quotes. So now I'm just typing good evening. So once single quotations is done, now you open, because system.out.println always expects the output statement to be in double quotes. So now you open double quotes. So now you just take this, cut this, write this. So now when I'm run this program, so why I'm showing is nothing but these are all important for written exam, unlike for technical pattern also. In the sense, sometimes some recruiters who are well enough in core Java say they will try to ask, so like, can we show like what are the different escape sequences provided by Java? So how many ways we can display a message with the different formats? Okay. So now I'll just show you once again. So I'll just remove this. I'll just show you once again. So if you want to display the output in a single quotations, in a single quotes like this. So now what we need to do, you can just open single quotes. So now you can just type the string, whatever it want, if you want to display your name, that's also fine. So you just given system.out.println will not allow a string with the single quotes. That's why it will give convert to string literal, in the sense you want to add as a single quotes. So once this is done, your intention is display any value in a single quotes. So that's why what you need to do here is you can just take double quotes. Now, once whatever you have written in a single quote, cut it and paste it. So now once you run, you will get the output. So same string or a same output, we are showing in a multiple ways here. So now one more way we have. So if I want to print, now single quotes I have printed. So now if I want to print the same statement in double quotes. Now single quotes we are printing. So now if I go in a double quotes, so what you need to do, you just remove this, all this. So now what we need to do here is open double quotes. If you want, yeah, you can write the string, whatever you want. After that, come back here, come back, slash double quotes. Now you have started slash double quotes, you end the same thing. How you have started, you end the same way, slash double quotes. Okay. So now when you run this, we'll see whether it works or not. Now you see. Now you see our output comes in a format of string. This is required. Actually, this is required. So what happens is in real time, whenever your application working, right, this pattern is important, like which we are using. So what you need to do here is like, let us take one example like employee portal. Employee portal, you are submitting your details like employee ID, employee department, and like employee address. So employee department, we have multiple departments like from HR, from finance domain, from engineering team, from product team, and all. So once you submit your details, right, your department, so we'll get an acknowledgement like employee submitted department successfully. So we need to capture the department and store it in some place. If tomorrow, if some of the supervisor or a manager during audit, so can you give me a list who number of employees who belongs to HR department, who are from finance department. So once you capture, like once you register with the company portal, your details will save in a company server or a company database. Okay, so when you get the details, what happens is from front end, if we capture the name of the employee who has from finance department, we are storing from the backend. So once if anyone asks, what is your total strength, like how many employees we have? So we'll say by seeing that list, by following that requirement, we can say from finance department, we have 10 employees. From engineering department, we have 15 employees. Like that, the data we are going to store. This is important. Real time, we are storing like this. So we are capturing the information and we are storing in information. So whenever we are going. So now. Okay, so operators. What is an operator? Basically, operator is nothing but one symbol or one icon which can be used to perform operation. Okay, what is an operator? Operator, a symbol, basically symbol or icon which used to perform operation, So let us take one example. I want to perform addition of two numbers. So what happens here? So I will take this addition of two numbers is nothing but I want two numbers, right? So number one, I want, so number two. I want two numbers. So I want to add this. I'm doing some operation here. So how can we do basically? So operator, what we are doing operator here. Operator, which operator? Add is nothing but like by getting maths subject or maths formula. So you need to use this one. So how do you add the two numbers? Like this. So number one plus number two. What is this? This is nothing but operator. What does it mean by number one is nothing but in terminology? If you follow the terminology, this is a variable first. Okay, this is whatever we are declaring, this is a variable, but we can call this as a, in operators terminology, this is operand one, this is operand two, operand, operator is nothing but what we are doing here. We are performing an add operation with the help of this operator. What we can, this operator is nothing but this is add operator. Again, what is this? We are performing some operation between the two numbers or between the two operands. So we have a different types of operators basically. Before that, like if you are, let us write one point before going to different types of operators. So if an operator acts on single variable. Single variable is nothing but, let us say number one, single variable, only one variable. If an operator acts on single variable, then what we can call this as a unary operator. Now, same way, if an operator acts on two variables, So two variables, number one, number two. What does it mean? This means that binary operator. Okay, this is nothing but binary. In the sense, two variables it will come. What does it mean by this is nothing but binary operator? Action is nothing but binary operator. So these are these are all binary operator, unary operator acts upon the variables. How many variables you are using. So now if if an operator acts on three variables like number one, number two, and number three. Let us add one more. This is nothing but ternary operator. We will call it as a ternary operator. Ternary or conditional operator. We will call it as a conditional operator or ternary operator. So now if an operator acts on single variable, that is nothing but number one, this is one variable, right? This is one variable. So this is nothing but unary operator. So if an operator acts on two variables, like number one, this is example of binary operator. So what we did is nothing but we have taken one variable and we have taken one more variable and we are performing some operation between these two variables. So this is nothing. This is example of binary operator where we are performing some action in two variables. So now ternary operator, if an operator acts on three variables, then we can call it as a ternary or conditional operator. Okay. So now this action we can call is two operators performing an option with the help of operator. Okay. So now let us take arithmetic operators. Then the meaning of arithmetic operator is whatever the mathematical operations you are going to apply between two variables. It is one of the binary operator. What is a binary operator? Yeah, it is one of the binary operator where all the operations are going to perform between two variables, or we can call it as more than one variable. Okay, so all this is one type of a binary operator which can be used to perform operation between two operators or two operands, two variables we can consider. Okay, so what are the different types of arithmetic operators we have? So addition we have, so subtraction we have, okay, multiplication, basic mathematical operations. We have a division. Now we have modulo division. We can call this modulo division. What is the difference here? So add two numbers. So let us take one example. So 3. Okay, so let us take one example. 8 and 3. I'm just taking three variables. So what happens here? So 8 plus 3. Now 8 minus 3. 8 into 3. 8 divided by 3. Okay, 3. Now 8 modulo 3. Okay, 8 modulo 3. So what happens here? So now two variables, all these operators, these are the arithmetic operators which can be used to perform mathematical operations between two variables. So now what we are doing, so this is one arithmetic operator, this is operator, this is operator, this is operator, this is operator. This is nothing but division. Okay, let us write. This is nothing but division. So now this is modulo division. Okay, this is modulo division. This is a multiplication, this is a subtraction, and this is addition. So now once we apply, so it will come 11. So 8 minus 3, 5. 8 into 3, so 24. It calculates tables. So now 8 by 3, division. Division it will give a quotient as answer. Quotient. Quotient as answer. Okay. Quotient as an answer. So what does it mean by quotient is nothing but, so now 8 divided by 3 is nothing but like 3 into 2, 6, right? So 2 it will give that quotient. So let me just show in a calculator. Okay, so 8 divided by 3. So 2.6 is nothing but 2 is your operator. That is nothing but a quotient. Quotient you will take. So we will do right like this, right? Like 3, 8, like this. So now 3 2s are 6. Now you can just go 6, like 3 into 2, 6. So now what is this? You will get. So now 8 minus 2, 8 minus 6, 2. So this will take it as a, this will like point you can add. That's another case. So but this is a quotient, this is the remainder. Okay, so this is your input and this you are dividing. So when you divide, quotient will treat answer, like whatever we are getting here, it will treat as answer. Now modulo, what is the difference between modulo and this one is, this one it gives remainder, it takes as a remainder as answer, remainder as answer. What is remainder? This is we can call as a remainder. This we can call as a quotient. Okay, the term, this is a mathematical terminology. These are all. So now let us apply same thing. Not sure whether calculator returns modulo operator 8 divided by 3 equal to. Now because we are getting the same remainder, so let us change the values here. So now what I will do, 8 divided by 4, we'll see 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4. So 2 is nothing but 8 divided by 4. So now again 8 modulo 4. 8 modulo 4. Okay, calculator is not giving, but 8 divided by 4 is nothing but how it will go, like 4 2s are 8. Whatever the output it will give. So let us see with this value. So 4 modulo 8. Okay. It is percentage in calculator, not the modulus operator. Okay, that's why it is not giving the, but anyhow, we will see programmatically. So what is the value it will return? But you need to understand that whenever what is the difference between a division and a modular division is, it will consider quotient as an answer. It will return whatever the remainder you are getting, as whenever you are performing operation, it returns that. Okay, so now let us go back and let us write a programmatically. So now just to implement here. So now new Java class, class. So now add demo. Okay, so let us write one comment here. Addition of two numbers. Demonstrate addition of two numbers. So now what we need to do, demonstrate addition of two numbers. So now let us write one more comment here. So now what exactly we need to do? We need to do addition of two numbers is nothing but we need, okay, declare two variables. Let us take number 1, number 2. Now what we need to do, initialize two variables. Okay, initialize two variables with values. Okay, so num1, num2. Now perform add operation. Addition of operation. So first way we'll do like this. So now declare third variable and store the result of addition. Okay, so now one more step, perform the operation, adding the perform the operation add. Okay, so now this is how, by reading this, we need to develop a program, we need to write a program. Okay, so now perform add operation, it's done already. So declare a third variable and store the result. Okay, this we need to write. Declare a third variable and perform the operation. perform the operation. Declare a third variable and perform the operation. Now, last step is print the result. Print the result in output. Whatever the output you are getting, print the result as output in console. In console. This is our requirement. Now this is our requirement. By reading this, we need to understand and we need to develop or design your program. Okay. So now let us start addition of two numbers. So now first method is main method. Okay. So public static void main string args. Okay. String args. Now, what we need to do? Declare two variables. Yes, declare two variables. Int number1, number2. Okay. So what we did here? Declared two integer variables. Declared two integer variables. So number1, number2. So what is the next step? What we need to do? So initialize two variables with values. Okay. Initialize two variables with values. So now number1 equal to, we can just go 8. Now number2 equal to 8, 4. We'll just take this like this. Okay. So now what we need to do? Declare third variable and perform the operation. Before that, just to cross check. So we declared two variables. After that, what we did? We store a variable. Initialize values in a variable. Let us cross check whether the values are stored properly or not before performing operation. So system.out.println, two ways. Either you can just store, either you can debug the value, or you can print like this. You can just write a statement like this. Any way you can take. Okay. So number1, number2. Okay. So now till now what we did? We did this by understanding these two statements, and we have written, we declared two integer variables. Now we have seen number1 and number2. So now let us check before performing operation. It is always a good practice that whatever the values you have stored, whether it is actually stored, whether the values are flowing properly, so that we can perform the operation. Before performing an operation, let us check. Let us debug and let us check. Okay. So now let us, I'm just debugging. Okay. So now let us move here. Okay. So now let us take. Now you see, so the values, whatever the process we followed, it's correct. It's correct. Values initialized properly. So now whatever the value we have, it printed successfully. So now let us continue. Now the debug complete. So now we got whatever the values we have initialized. Now what we need to do? Perform the operation. Declare third variable, perform the operation. So what is the operation we need to perform? Okay. So now declare the third variable. So declare a variable. So now we are going to declare a third variable. So int result. So let us add a comment. Declare third variable to store the result. Declare a third variable to store the result. So what happens here? So we have declared a variable as per third statement. Now we need to perform operation. What is an operation we need to perform? Let us add that also. Okay. Num1 plus num2. So this is not the way. Okay, so variables should always starts with lowercase. Now this is a correct way. So now let us write one more comment here. Perform the operation. Add two numbers. Perform the operation, add two numbers. So now what happens here is, so now already we declare a variable. So what is this steps tells? Declare a third variable. That is done. So perform the operation. So now addition of two numbers. So num1 plus num2. Semicolon. Okay, semicolon. So now expression we cannot call directly like this. Expression we cannot call directly like this. So what happens here is, so now you just go and store in result. Okay. So now what we are doing here is declare third variable is done. Now this is a step, perform the operation. So perform the operation, addition of two numbers. This is the same as 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4. Okay, so whatever 8 plus 4, like whatever the result we are getting, right? Whatever the result we are getting, 8 plus 4 equal to, what is the result? 12, right? Whatever the result we are getting, we are storing this result in this variable. Is nothing but num1 8 plus 4, whatever the after performing operation, whatever the output it will come, it stores here, result. Okay, so now what is the next step? Print the result as output in a console. So where is the result now? Where is the result now? In this variable. Okay, in this variable. So now you need to print this. So now let us take this. Now let us take this result.
So in that one, directly can't we give number mentioning the value of number 1 and number 2?
Can you come again?
So the system.out.println, we are mentioning value of number 1 and adding plus number 1. Why can't we just directly mention number 1, value of number 1 and value of number 2?
Yeah, we can mention. That is the next step actually. So I'm just showing programming in different ways. Okay. So this is one way. After that, I'll just show you how can we reduce number of steps.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, this is a standard way so that like everyone can understand the flow, right? So by reading this line and all.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So result of result. Okay. So now result we got here. So now we are printing a result. So now let us check. Let us keep the debug point again, and we'll see. Before executing a program, let us repeat. So how to debug again? So either you can click on this so that it will rerun. Otherwise, you can just start from scratch. Anything is fine. So let us rerun. Let us see rerun the debugger. Okay, so debugger starts. So let us go back here. Okay, so values stored properly here. Okay, so we have seen already this value of number 1, value of number 2. Now we are performing operation. You see, right? This we have written as a comment, but system is trying to get values here from above. So values, whatever values we have stored, it is flowing properly without any issue. That's what we need to observe in debug mode. So now you just go back here. So now what happens here? Number 1, number 2, it performs operation. So now result of addition. So now this is not yet executed. You see, right? So 12. So if I place the cursor here, it is showing 12. Is nothing but 8 plus 4 equal to 12. It's stored in result variable. So result of addition. So now when you go back here, so result of addition. So now, so what does it mean by here is value of num1, value of num2, whatever the variables we declared, After performing an operation, it starts. So like this. So with the help of third variable, we declared. Okay. So yeah, let us continue the same concept tomorrow, most probably by taking. So what are the other ways we'll take it up to perform the addition, like addition? So do we really require third variable to perform an operation, or is it possible by using the same two variables we can perform an addition? Or is there any way to reduce the number of lines of a code? We'll see tomorrow.
Hello, Basha sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take 2 minutes from here. So is there any class continuation, or is this the end?
Yeah. This is the end for today.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, this is Naushad again. Thanks for being with us. As most of you guys know, this is our final demo day. 7 demo days, and this is our final demo day. And for to join the next class from now, we expect first installment payment from you guys, which is around 12,300 rupees. So I'll be sharing the bank details in the chat section and also in the group. So you guys can use that payment system to join. So once the payment is done, you guys will be added to a dedicated WhatsApp group, which is only for the students, which is only for the students who paid for the course. And in that dedicated group, you will be having access to chat with us, chat with the instructors, ask your questions throughout the course. So it will be a very closed community. And the other is, once the payment is done, you will be given login credentials. So using those login credentials, you can log into the Plural Labs platform, where the recorded videos will be uploaded, and recorded materials as well will be uploaded. All the 7 classes will be uploaded to that platform as well. And even the materials which instructor prepares for you will be uploaded to that platform. And to join the live class to join the next live class, you have to use that platform to join. So that's how the platform looks like. I hope most of you guys remember the platform demonstration which we gave to you in the very beginning of these demo classes. So if you have any questions, you can shoot them in the chat section. Meanwhile, I will be sharing the payment details in the chat section, the bank details in the chat section.
Naushad, one question. How long we will access that portal and assignment videos? After the class also, can we access?
Yes. After the classes, you will be having access to it. And after you finish this course, which will be around 80 days or 100 days, whatever it is, after the course completion, you will be given access to the platform for next 1 year. So you will be having access to all the recorded videos, materials, everything for next 1 year after completing the course. And also, to make sure whatever courses we launch in the time period of next 1 year, you will be given all access to all those courses for free, whether it is Java or any other specific topic in Java or any test. Yeah, so you'll be given access to all those courses. Any questions, guys? You can unmute yourself and ask me questions.
What about people who are in US? How should we make the payment?
Yeah. Pradeep, can you answer that? I'm sharing the bank details. You can wire transfer to it. And if you have access to the Google Pay and Phone Pay in India, so you can also GPay or Phone Pay through it. So if you, is there any specific details to be added to that, Pradeep?
No, so you can share that bank details along with the IFSC code. That should be sufficient to do the wire transfer.
Yeah. So bank details are shared in the chat section. This should work mostly for all US and Canada students. Our batch 1 students did wire transfer to this account, and everything went on smoothly. So you should not face any problem. And still, if you want to do the Google Pay or Phone Pay, you can use this number. which I'm sharing now. Yeah. So that's an Indian number. I believe you have Zelle. Pradeep, is that any payment platform? Can you look at?
No, we don't have Jelly. You need to transfer to Indian account only. You can use UPI ID as well to transfer, but we don't have Jelly.
Yeah. See, the bank details and the Google Pay number are shared in the chat section. I will also share the UPI ID within a minute. So till then, keep questions coming. You can unmute yourself to ask any questions
Yeah,
regarding the platform or the payment or anything.
Yeah, I'm good with regarding the platform and payment.
And live classes, it will be continued from tomorrow itself, tomorrow onwards itself, continuation.
Classes will be continued, but I think we'll be taking 1 or 2 days of gap so that the payments can roll in. So what is the scheduled class, Pradeep? Are we gonna take a break for 1 day or 2 days?
We may need 1 or 2 days because we need to build the portal.
Yeah. So it might be mostly 2 days, guys. You will be updated. So because we need also the payments to roll in. So students generally take 2 days to confirm themselves from their side and do the payment. So yeah, after 2 days, the classes will be continued as usual, same time. Is that clear, Anu?
Yeah, no, sir. Thank you.
In the chat section, we'll also share these bank details, the group as well. Once the payment is done, you're supposed to share me the screenshot of the payment, your email address, and name, so that we can add you to the WhatsApp group, and also we can create the login credentials for you to the Plural Labs platform.
Yeah, Naushad, I have a question. Like, is that you're saying you have like you are giving like 2 days of holidays?
Yeah, we'll take 2 days break.
Okay, yeah, got
So
it.
the payments can roll in. It's not
Yeah.
any technical or instructor issue. We want the payments to roll in, and we want our next classes to be dedicated for paid students.
Okay, so is that something on Friday? From starting from tomorrow, the holidays.
Yeah, we'll soon update that on the group. It should be mostly on payment.
All right, yeah, thank you.
So you have to share your screenshot, email, and phone name. So you can WhatsApp me as well. The Indian number is 949-331-5545.